So, the tariff. This is one of those things that seem boring, but they're very important to understand. The tariff attacks on imports. It almost caused a war. So, if you watch this and another video I'm going to make, you'll be able to answer this question. How did the Civil War almost start over the tariff? 30 years before the actual Civil War happened, which is if a war almost starts over something, it might be very important to understand. And you'll understand why these things like Made in America, Buy America, Made in the USA, why these kind of stamps, which are actually modern, relate to the tariff. So I've got this little diagram here which will help us answer this question. Just going to move this up here, right? So what is a tariff? Well, it's a tax on imported goods. So when you buy something from another country, you have to pay a tax on it. So if it costs, say, $10, you might have to pay a little bit extra. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to move these to one side so we can still see our definition here nice and clearly. But I'll show you how a tariff actually works, and in the next video I'll make clear why this would cause a war. Well, in the early 19th century, 1820s, 1830s, a lot of people need cloth. They don't want to make cloth, so they buy cloth and they make it into clothes. Now, so cloth's in great demand. A lot of people want it, and they're going to buy, whatever is cheapest, right? Oops. All right, let's move this one over here. All right. So there's cloth being made in Great Britain. Now, this actually was a very, very popular product. A lot of people buying cloth. The United States in Massachusetts was producing cloth too. Same kind of quality, cotton cloth. Guess where the cotton's being made? That's right, down in the south. And in Britain they take the cloth, they take the cotton, they make it into cloth, and they sell it. So they take the cotton, they buy the cotton, they take it back to England, they make it into cloth in a factory, and they charge $10 for a bolt of cloth, right? So they charge all Americans $10 for a bolt of cloth. So if you need more than that, you're going to have to pay more, obviously. In the United States, they're making cloth too, right? The American cloth, because America's fairly new to factory production, it costs a little bit more to buy from the United States, even though it didn't have to come all the way from Britain on a boat. It's still a bit more expensive. So, and they can't make it any cheaper than that. They need their $12 for it. So, which one are you going to buy? Well, of course you're going to buy this one, right? You're going to buy the $10 stuff because it's more affordable. You're a patriotic American. You would like to buy American, but you want cheap cloth. So you're going to buy cloth where it's cheapest. You're going to buy it from Great Britain. Okay, so this is where the tariff comes in. Well, the United States, the United States government, they want two things. They would like to make the country more prosperous. So if more people buy stuff that's made in the United States, that's a good thing for the country, right? It's a good thing for the country because American manufacturers who are making cotton are going to make a lot more money if Americans buy their products. The problem is that nobody wants to buy the American products because they cost $12 instead of $10. Another thing that's good about a tariff is every time that tax is paid, the government gets the tax, right? So two groups of people benefit, right? The factory owners sell more stuff, so they do well. And the government gets more money, so they can do all the stuff that governments need to do. And they have the money to do it. So the tariff, it's quite popular during the era of good feelings, which you studied last year with Mr. Sotero. But it becomes less and less popular later on. So Well, let's just show you how it works. So the cloth is being bought by Americans from Great Britain. They're not going to buy the American stuff because it's more expensive. So what if they put a tariff of $4 on a bolt of cloth? That makes the British are still charging the same price, but the American government is now charging $4 on top of that. What's that add up to? $14. So the cloth that did cost $10 now costs $14. $10 plus the $4 tariff. Which one are you going to buy? Are you going to buy the one that costs $14, or are you going to buy the one that costs $12? Well, you're probably going to buy the cheaper one, which is now the US made cloth. So everyone's happy, right? So these guys are going to be selling more cloth to American citizens. Made in the USA, does well. Government gets revenue, everyone's happy, right? Well, no, not everyone's happy. The people who are not happy are the people who used to pay $10 for their cloth, and now they have to pay $12. They have to pay $2 more per bolt, and $2 was a lot of money back in the 1820s, 1830s.